Hi, it's Lisa Honold here with the Center for Online Safety. Our goal is to help parents stop fighting over screen time with their kids so that they can get back to doing the fun things that they love with their kids. Today, I want to talk to you about the family check-in and give you all the details that you need to successfully run your own family check-in. First of all, what is a family check-in? It's something that started during spring pandemic when kids were suddenly home from school and there was almost no routine left of what was normal life. I decided to implement first thing in the morning. I just got kids up 15 minutes earlier than they needed to be up, and we had a quick check-in. As far as the preparation you need to do before the first family check-in, there's very little to do. You need a piece of paper and a pen or pencil for the second part. And for the first part, you just need to prepare some words. We're going to do word of the day to start. You can take an index card and start with just 5 words written on 5 different index cards. If you like the size of cutting index cards in half, that's a nice little square, easier for little fingers. You could put 5 words on 5 of these cards. Or my very favorite artist in the world, Mary Ann Rodmacher, makes these pre-printed cards that say different things. They're art plus a word. Kindness is this example. You can purchase cards that just have a word for the day. What you're going to do with your blank cards, like I said, is write down 5 character traits or words, inspirational words for you to use. In the future, your family will help you with this, so you just need a few to start. That's it. Piece of paper, pencil, a couple of words on some sort of a paper, right? The script that you're going to use when you talk to your kids is, we're going into another season of uncertainty. There is so much that I do not know how it's going to play out. The one thing I know I can do for us is create a structure at the beginning of the day that's a touchstone. It's a ritual that we can come to. We know what's going to happen at the beginning of the day, and it helps us ask the question, how can we help each other? You know, family is really important to me, guys, and I really want to start the day this way. Can we try it for 5 days? And then we'll have a little check-in meeting and just see how it's going, if we need to tweak anything. But I'm not going to take up more than 15 minutes of your time, I promise you, and it's going to make the whole day go better. That's your script. You're asking for 5 days, and then you will put it on the calendar to check in with them and say, hey, how's it going with that check-in? Is there anything we need to modify? Do we need to set a timer? Maybe it's going long. You definitely don't want it to go longer than 10 or 12 minutes, honestly. So your first meeting, you say, hey, welcome to the family check-in. I wrote down a few cards here, and I'm just going to draw a card, and then we'll see how we can use this card. So I'm picking randomly, right? I'm not looking. And I pick blessed. All right. So then I ask, how does blessed fit into our day? Are you feeling blessed? Who could we bless? I start asking questions like that. They answer. It becomes a 3 to 5 minute question and answer. Who could we bless today? What does a blessing look like? When was the last time we felt blessed? Those kinds of things. And this will work for a 5-year-old. If you explain the words that you're using, it can work for a 12-year-old. It can work for a 15-year-old. What I would recommend is after the first 3 days of doing this, you let them add words, make sure they're appropriate. You let them add words, and then you let them choose a word just randomly. And you can go around the table and everybody gets a different day. They lead the discussion. They're practicing leading a meeting. They're practicing what it looks like to be in charge of something. It's a really good way to practice. That's the first step. When you're doing the word of the day, it's important not to preach. I want you to say less words than you think you need to. I want you to ask questions. So don't shame them. Don't talk about the times they didn't do a particular behavior like kindness. Remember that time you weren't kind? That's not going to go well. They're not going to want to continue this. So talk about, oh, I remember when you were taking a bath and you were so kind with your little brother, or find examples of somewhere in your life where someone was kind. Maybe it was a stranger, maybe it's someone in your family. Find examples of the behavior you're looking for and spotlight on that. Don't spotlight on what they're not doing right. Then you move into logistics. How can we respectfully all be in the same house together, doing school, doing work, doing the things we need to get done, chores, right? How can we do this? So the rest of the meeting is talking about who needs Zoom, who needs the internet when, who needs a computer when, how are you going to allocate the resources if you've got more than one child? Do we need to share computers? How are we going to do with internet? Do you have enough internet? All of those kinds of things. So work out who needs what when, who needs help with homework? Do you have a project coming up? Do you need a ride? Do you need to go get things for that project? Do you need to make a trip out to Target or somewhere? And lastly, do I need help as the parent? How can you help me? Well, I've got a podcast at 9 o'clock. I need you guys to be quiet for 45 minutes. If you don't need the internet, stay off it because I need all the bandwidth we have. I might be working late and maybe I need help with dinner. Can you do dinner prep tonight? It's a back and forth. And isn't that the best part of a family, is we get to go back and forth. But so many times we put that off and it never happens. And then we as the parents, we feel resentful because we're doing all the work. We don't have to. We just need to set up our day a little differently. So 3 sections really. Word of the day. How do we live together when it comes to logistics? How do I help them? How do they help me? If you like this idea of families helping each other and starting the day on purpose, head on over to the Center for Online Safety. Let's have a chat about how I can help your family stop fighting over screen time and set up your day to be purposeful and intentional and support each other. I work privately with clients. I have a course on ending the fighting over screen time, and I would love to hear more about your situation and find a way to work with you.